Cell phones off? I gotta turn this off.
How come you so fast?
Linda gave me, Linda gave.
I call the order to the Webster Conservation Commission meeting, August 17th, 2026. The time is 6 p.m. We got somewhat full agenda today, but a couple things getting continued. So first, we are going to, this meeting is being recorded. Yeah, got it, before you reminded me. First, we're going to start with public meeting requests for determinations. And first, we have 200 Killdeer. Can you please read that announcement?
Yes, I shall. In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40 as amended, the Wetlands Protection Act, a public meeting will be held on a request for determination of applicability filed by Rose Leo, owner, to determine whether the repairs to the retaining wall and deck at 200 Killdeer Road in Webster, Mass., Assessor ID 58-A-11-0 is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act and local wetland bylaw. The public meeting will be held in the Board of Selectmen Meeting Room, second floor, Webster Town Hall, 350 Main Street, Webster, Mass. On August 17, 2026, 6 p.m. Any person interested in this application or wishing to be heard should appear at the time and place designated. For the Webster Conservation Commission, Richard Parent, Conservation Agent.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon. Rich, why don't you go ahead and take us through this?
Okay, so Rose contacted the office a couple weeks ago. I do not see her present this evening. And so what she has is a project. She lives alone. Trying to do this on her own seems rather overwhelming. So I'm trying to work with her and show her everything and try to give her instructions on how to proceed. And so she has hired a couple of folks, and let me describe the problem, and then I'll describe the project. First, 200 Killdeer. Basically, this work is being done out and back. She has a deck over which overlays a secondary wall, and then she has a primary wall right up against the, so this is 200 here. And I guess it's better shown here in this photo. And so this wall right here is completely untouched. What has happened is the deck, the back deck where it sits, has washed out, and the entire decking has fallen down on top of the secondary wall, which pretty much is it's a dry laid block wall. And there's been some washout that was in addition to the washout that happened on the deck. So the plan here is that she's going to remove the entire deck so that the folks here, another company, a landscaping company, is going to come in and replace these block walls and backfill with crushed stone behind it. After which the decking company will come back and rebuild the deck. The only thing that's going on here is basically, and these folks haven't, I tried to get a hold of them so that they could actually give me a picture, a plan, where the erosion controls are going. They're not used to working with people on the lake, so they were not very communicative. So what I would propose is that we, if you agree with me, that we condition it so that these erosion controls are placed. I'll make sure that Rose or myself make sure those erosion controls are placed right here above the primary block so that nothing washes out. And that's really the only condition that's necessary here. Because otherwise, it's this wall is very stable, and it's
Rich, it looks like it's all handwork.
Yes.
They're not bringing any equipment in there.
That's
It's
right,
all-
and you
yeah.
can't anyways in that
Yeah.
area.
Yep. Okay.
I took pictures because I think this would be a time when we really use a site visit. Is, you might know that code obviously very well. We're looking on this house, looks under there. It's that close to the lake, you don't think it deserves an NOI, green, like I said, erosion controls, and you're saying the Rose doesn't know like we had before. So we're kind of winging it, and we got an NOI, we have professionals.
The reason why I pushed in the direction of an RDA is because there's no digging involved here. There's no digging. We're basically just replacing the wall that's already there.
Replacing the walls up in there, you can replace that small wall in the water.
No,
No,
this is the back, under the deck.
it's this wall right up here. And so they're basically just going to reconstruct this wall back here and then backfill it with crushed stone.
So that front wall is where you'd put your silt fence. Silt fence,
Silt fence will
erosion
go-
control.
The erosion controls will go right here on top of that wall.
But it's a wall guy and a carpenter. So they're not used to working on the lake. And what Rich is proposing is he meets there at the pre-con and just tells them where to put the erosion control, because they don't typically, carpenters don't install erosion control typically. So
Does that help?
is that,
Little, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know the whole area is steep.
It is.
So that comes in no matter what.
So when the deck is rebuilt, are there sonotubes? It'll just go back on the
Nope.
existing sonotubes?
Exactly. The sonotubes are
So
there.
they don't need to dig anything else. They're going to just use what's already there?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really is no digging here.
Yeah.
It's just replacing and,
you can't get in there with equipment either. It's
Yeah.
like literally
Yeah.
one board at a time and
The only other condition I would add is to make sure that Rose knows that she can't do anything with that sandy beach. Looks like there's a rake there. Perhaps she's just been raking what already exists,
debris.
but I'd put that in the special conditions, no addition.
sure.
Uh-huh.
That whole area is sand all along there.
Yeah.
That whole shore.
You know how sometimes people are tempted to beef it up?
Uh-huh.
So just to make sure, so she knows that she can't do that.
Absolutely.
And is anyone here from the audience, any comments? Okay. I need,
Rich, we're gonna have a, master plan,
through the chair, what is it?
we're gonna have a plan.
Sequence.
Order of conditions? Oh, a
A
sequence. For,
The sequences were there. Both the mason and the deck guy provided in their plans. You want me to pull that up? Those were, so, yeah, sorry, I should have probably shown that as well. Where am I here? Oh, what did I do? That's not what I wanted. And so, heirloom landscaping. So it kind of laid out the process. Bulk material, pavers, prep deconstruction, removing the existing material, old landscape, earth, soil, set new grade, and then additional material, fabric, geocloth, he's going to put back there, adhesive to concrete, perform the work, so labor, so yeah, so here's actually just breaking out what he's going to be charging for.
Okay.
So I will make sure that either I'll hand draw it for Rose, make sure that, or somebody who understands where those erosion controls will go. But I'll make sure you have pictures to see what it looks like, as I usually do part of these things.
okay, I'm looking, I gotta close public comments.
Yes.
I need a motion to close public comments.
I'll make a motion to close public comments.
second? First by Ms. Sharon, second by Mr. Avery. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Next, I'm looking for a motion to approve 200 Kildare Road as an RDA with the special conditions of no additional sand added to the beach, no equipment, heavy equipment, all work to be done by hand, and also Rich to do the assist with the silt fence erosion control installation at Precom. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve 200 Kildare Road with special conditions.
First by Ms. Sharon. Second by Ms. Jewell. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to public hearings. NOIs, we have 114 Point Breeze Road. This is going to be continued. We are still waiting for a DP number. I need a motion to continue this to 8/31.
I'll make a motion to continue 114 Point Breeze Road to 8/31.
First by Mr. Avery, second
I'll second.
by Ms. Sharon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Ms. Jewell, can you turn on your microphone? Can you turn on your microphone, please? Thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome.
All right, so next we have 25 Bates Road. This also has no DEP number. Glenn is here. Glenn, we're going to hear this tonight?
Excuse me again?
We're going to hear this tonight, or do you want to just save this till the rest of the board's here?
Through it, and then ask for continuance.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just don't have a full board here. It's, you know, if you could hold on, it would be.
Is there a quorum?
There's a quorum,
Okay.
so we can, but go ahead.
I understand that
Yep.
you're gonna need the full board here.
Sometimes when you present it, when the board's not here, it makes it harder to get a full vote. So if you wait till the board's here and we're voting on it,
Then we're not lacking that.
Correct.
person We might need to make a quorum if somebody else is not here.
so up to you.
But
Or if everybody's not in
Yeah.
favor, you know,
Yeah, it helps, you know,
it helps.
having the whole board hear your presentation helps to make a vote.
I appreciate
but
that.
up to you.
No, Chairman, thank you.
Nope, you're
I
not.
know at the time that more of the board would be here, and that does make a difference on quorum. And we've had that problem before, disclosed only 3 people after 3 years, they're all there.
No.
So, with that being said, Mr. Fiola is in the audience, Marco, back left. And because of that quorum issue, I'm not concerned that it's going to be denied.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That it might be denied. It is a buffer zone project. We're not working in the water. But that being said, because most of the time when you're in the water, there might be more of a question about denial, if there was such a thing. But we'll, could I confer with my client for one moment?
Sure.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yes, Glenn.
Thank you again. Mr. Fiola thought from this morning that there might have been a DEP number then, but you didn't say that. I don't think you really said that, right?
I did speak to his wife, and I thought I did have one.
Okay.
Yeah, she was under the impression you told me
Yeah.
you had it.
I was wrong. My apologies.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is what it is.
We thank you, Conservation. We will request a continuance. I'll sign any paperwork you have.
Thank you.
I need a motion to continue 25 Bates Grove Road to August 31st.
I motion we continue
Just make sure that's
25
okay with
feet.
that.
What?
Grove Road.
Grove Road.
Okay with- Oh, Glenn, is the 31st the next meeting? Are you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Sorry. First by Ms. Jewell,
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Sharon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Next on the agenda, we have 106 Lakeside Ave. Thomas Fallon, the owner, and Zach Gless from Existing Grade, Inc. Are they here, or is anyone here to represent this project?
Could I speak with him
Yep.
for a moment? Existing grade normally comes online because his wife works at night and he has to watch the kids, so I'm not sure if it's online.
We don't,
Is it, well, then,
Glenn, we,
he does a lot of night plans.
yeah, he doesn't,
Yeah, and I don't,
we're not online. We're not online.
yeah, we're not online in Mass,
We've never been
not
online.
here.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
then it's his error. Sorry.
All good. Okay, so we have 106. Could you please read our, I think it's
Well,
our,
why don't you hold off on
Oh.
that? Let's see if he shows up by the end, and then we'll continue it. So I would just
Then
push that to the
it to
end,
the
Okay.
end.
and if not, he doesn't show, then we'll continue.
okay,
That makes sense?
We're gonna-
hold off on that. All right, so moving on to 22 Lakeside Ave, Lot 2, which would also be 20 Lakeside Ave, if that, does that make sense?
Yeah, because this is 20.
Two lots separated, so this is technically the 20 side of Lot 22.
Gotcha.
Question.
Yep.
When I went there today, is 22 for sale?
I don't know. Is it relevant?
What's the question?
I'll
Is-
answer any question.
Oh, yeah, is 22 for sale? Because I was going there today.
Yes, they're both for sale.
Okay, yeah, I saw the sign. I'm just wondering.
Okay. Rich, you want to take us?
I think
Oh,
it's-
actually, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, as amended, the Wetlands Protection Act, a public hearing will be held on a notice of intent filed by WB Leger Properties LLC owner and Glenn Kravosky, EBT Environmental Consultants, representative to determine whether the construction of a new single-family house at 20 Lakeside Ave in Webster, Assessor ID 51-D-20-0, is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act and the local wetland bylaw. The public hearing will be held in the Board of Selectmen Meeting Room, second floor, Webster Town Hall, 350 Main Street, Webster, Mass. On August 17, 2026, at 6 p.m. Any person interested in this application or wishing to be heard should appear at the time and place designated. For the Webster Conservation Commission, Richard Parent, Conservation Agent.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon. And we have representatives here. If you could just state your name for the record.
Bruce Legier.
Glenn Kowalski, EBT Environmental.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to start with the agent, just taking us through the project real quick.
Okay, so this project is not your typical lakeside project. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
So Lakeside Ave is here. This is essentially lot currently known as 22 Lakeside, and it's been split to include this other lot, which will now be 20 Lakeside. So this arrow is 22 Lakeside Lot 2 is actually 20 Lakeside. What makes this an interesting lot is that there's a stream. There is an upland, I'm going to say a swamp area, which, and all the road runoff that comes down Lakeside contributes to this stream. I'm sure Glenn will talk at more length on the quality of stream that we're looking at here. It then runs through this culvert right here. I'll show photos here at the very edge of this property, and it comes down and it runs under 22's driveway. There's a culvert underneath the driveway, and it continues outside of that, outside the lawn here as well. So this is the way 22's been constructed, where basically there's a culvert over the driveway. And so this is the lot that we're going to be working on here. Okay, so show you some photos of what we're looking at here. So this is looking up Lakeside. And so this is right here, this is 22 Lakeside. The culvert is just over here, it's out of sight. It runs underneath this driveway here. This shed actually is part of 22. And so I'm going to kind of walk in this direction in these series of photos I'm going to show you. So I'm walking in here. You see the color. You can see Glenn's flags. First flag is here. And then what I came across was a lot of debris. So we're going to have a conversation about this. There's a lot of leftover landscape debris, and then there's a lot of masonry debris in this site, all within like 25 feet, 50 feet of the property. So I'm surprised to find that. Here's some more. The stream is actually right here, and here's some more of that sort of debris. It looks like it's all been broken up. And then there is, the stream is actually extremely well hidden. It's hard to even see it. So now I'm kind of making my way in. You can kind of see the stream here. The road is just out of sight here. Probably not the best picture. And here I got a good shot of the stream. So this morning, you know that it had a little bit of rain, not much, but this stream was running fairly good. I would say there was about probably 3 to 4 inches of water moving at a pretty good pace. You can see Glenn's flags here. Again, here's Glenn's flag. You can see the stream here. Another one of Glenn's flags right here. Oops. And you can see the stream running from upstream, and this is in this direction. So you kind of got a good view of it here. And so here's another picture of that stream moving further Lakeside, and you can actually begin to see the culvert here at the other end that we talked about that crosses over from the road. I found some more masonry debris, and you can see the location of the stream right there. So that's a larger slab of material. I do not think that material was from any of the work that's been done on the house, but you can see as a column here, you can see all the material that's been collected here. I'm sure that will be part of it. The other thing that I found was, so then I found leaf debris a little further back. I'm sure that's right where the work's can be done. But then I did find this, which I was a little upset about. So it looks like whatever was being done in 22 Lakeside, some sort of material, either stucco or something, the dry form was actually just dumped over here. Some of it had gotten wet and sort of solidified or jellified over here, but this is clearly a fresh dump of material. So I just want to point that out, that this is not tolerable in and around a wetland. And finally, I think I just wanted to show you from the road and the culvert. That's pretty much it right there. I guess I didn't get a very good picture of that. That's disappointing. Okay, so that's all I have for photos.
Thank you, Rich.
Yeah.
Glenn, want to add anything to
Yes,
this?
thank
Take
you
us
very
through
much.
this?
Thank you very much. The client, this was somewhat of an abandoned house. We're not going to take anything away from what might have just come in. But how, could I ask my client, please?
Mhm.
I
Thank
don't know how long it's been abandoned.
But what, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that generally, a couple of years, 3
Oh,
years, a
yes.
while.
Yeah.
So the place was derelict. It was a dump. I went there when it was first a true dump, and they had it gutted, cleaned it up. It was quite nasty
Yeah,
inside.
it was a hoarder situation. more or less.
And so they used many dumps,
Yeah.
many dumpsters.
9 dumpster loads.
9 dumpster load. How many cubic yard dumps?
Oh, I don't know.
30, yeah. So anyways, it was a mess. When I got there, it was a mess to the right in the shed. There's more material. I told the client, I said to the client, I should say, we'll clean it up because we're not gonna have a problem with the commission.
Mhm.
We'll clean up any material that's human, and brush it alone is possibly whatever they wanna do with that, but get it away from the room. But any other human stuff, or the white material, or, I don't think there was tires, but there was some steel, and there was a few things.
Yeah. It was just pile.
And so you go in the driveway, the existing driveway to the right, this stuff.
Yeah.
We'll say that'll be cleaned up. We will, and beyond that, as far as the volume of the work. There have been some rain events, but we showed the rain stream stat on this, and it's 0.04 square miles. It shows that it just, Rich probably reviewed the stream stat, 0.00016, so it's a minimum drainage area contributing. I won't come with the number of culverts that are on the stream. It's somewhat relevant, but there has to be 10 within this area, all the way from up above. Because I permitted some of the houses further upgraded towards the lower board past, 20 years ago. So that being said, DEP did issue the file, the machine. The question, and I don't have it, should be here, my son just came back from vacation, another bad excuse, but I don't have it here. And the question that she had, as I recall, was, the bank man of the water body, was there any loss? And we show in our paperwork, and this new engineer I'm working with, Jeff LeBeau, and Tom Peterson, they came out of Sherman and Private out of Palmer, and they left that bigger company to go over. So he's picked up some stuff with us. We did show the bottomless culvert. There was no question on the size of that. We made 1.2 openness ratio, the length, we minimized the width of it. We crossed at our narrowest point, and we're replicating the 88 square feet that I'll say that the 88 square feet of land on the water body is put back. We still have that underneath there. We have the bank, which are required, if you're familiar, the bottomless culverts, you have to have a shelf inside for the animals to still walk back and go through there on an upland shelf. We just did a couple in Worcester, recently in Worcester, other ones. As far as the square foot of the lost wetland, it was a minimum 96 square feet lost. It is the corridor of wetlands, and we can look at it again. The blue flag, you see, it's narrow. This is a pinkly sort of well drained, and it has a gradient to it. So the wetland, it's a fair bank on it. It might be 1.5 feet or something high in general. And so it's well drained with that gravel soil on the gradient, that the wetland doesn't extend too far inland. On the map, if it comes up on the screen, people maybe, if it does, we're gonna see that we replicated the wetland at one of the lower elevations, so we're not digging deep. Where I show it, the replication area, upgrading of the roadway going in, and on the Lakeside Ave side of the road, which is generally the southern side, that's what we propose to replicate. It's away from the bank. If we look at the plan, you'll see that the bank is just above us. We'll have mean high water. It's not mean high water, that would be river, perennial street. It is intermittent, so it's called mean high water. That's the orange flags you saw in the plan. So the orange flags are the mean high water, and the blues are the mean vegetative well. We flagged the whole bank on this property so that we could see what's the minimum width from bank to bank that's across. And also the minimum width of the border vegetative well to alter. So we're looking at both. We're putting a culvert in, designing a culvert. We did, and there's a wildlife habitat evaluation accompanying this setup, this plan. We'll be overseeing the replication area. It does show on the detail about the depth of organic material to be placed. It's on the right-hand side in the middle. How many plants we're putting in? This would be termed a red maple shrub swamp. So we generally have winterberry, highbush, blueberry that are going on. In cinnamon fern or ostrich fern for replication. As far as to get into the site, there is an opening. We're not going to be taking any trees down to get into the replication area. It's Oriental bittersweet, multiflora rose, Japanese barberry. We'll be removing any of that to get directly in. As you can see, it's right off the road, generally, 20 feet. The house, it is a bank. It's a glacial wash bank that we would call hill slope. That's why we cut into it to show it. These lots in the area are 5,000 square feet. This was actually, this lot itself was 5 lots combined originally. And as off the top, it's just 26,000 square feet, 5 times 5, 25, it's a little over 5 lots. So they purchased it. It was, and they kept the shed on the existing house lot, as you can see from the plan. And we A&R'd it, put the lot line up to leave the shed. There it is, the 11 feet. 10 feet would be the setback. And the lot line goes straight up. And then again, we're carving out the hill. The clients, this is a spec lot. They are selling the existing home that they rehab. They're selling off this for a minute is what they're proposing. Erosion controls are shown. Again, replication will be overseen to ensure we have the correct elevation. In fact, on the detail it shows that the scientists put a stake into the final elevation to make sure we're within 12 inches we have hydric soils to drive the wetland growth in to make a wetland. If you don't have hydric soils within 12 inches, at minimum 12, it could be 8, 10, or 6. But you don't want to go too deep in the water table, then you're growing a marsh. If the water table is down from the surface and it's not right at the surface, like a marsh or a bog, well then you have some airspace in area, normally growing in shrubs or a red maple swamp, because the water table is sitting right at the surface. That's the difference between bog and marsh right now, is that where the water table sits in the soil. So that'd be it. I don't, we're here to answer any other questions. And again, we're not losing anything that the one question, the main question, I'm sure Richard has the final sheet of any questions on it. Sewer and water, of course.
Glenn, there are some trees here. What are we doing with these?
The dead ones,
These
those
are-
white ashes.
these
that
are dead?
growing. White ash, as you know, the emerald ash borer, it will be, as far as everything that I've seen and read and seen, at some point there won't be any white ashes left. They're hitting everything, everywhere. And I would say that we'll definitely flag them off, that anything big and dead, we're not gonna leave it there to go fall in the house, because we just had one fall across Route 12, across from my house, a large one. But they're falling, they're dying, they're gonna rot. Anything that's not a white ash, we would leave.
Okay. Can open up to public comments. Come up, sir. If you could, just put the mic back for him. Bear with us. Let us just get your mic here. And sir, if you could just state your name for the record.
Name is Michael Costin. I live at 26 Lakeside Ave, right next door to 22. Been there all my life. And just have a couple of questions. I think you said, Glenn, that it's going to be a bottomless culvert, correct?
Did I answer to the chair?
Yes, Glenn.
That's what's required now.
Yes, right. When I was on Concom, you used to work with us. Yeah, okay. That's good. I like that part. You're not going to change the course of the stream, correct? Okay, good. And 37 feet width of that, just across the stream, is that what that means?
The length, I'll get back. to
Yeah,
my
the length of
paperwork.
it.
Yes, there's a length of the culvert,
I think you said 37
there's a
feet.
width of the culvert, yes, and we have 37 linear feet of bank, which would
Right.
be, divide that in half generally, so that's 15, 16, 17, 30, 15. So yeah, 18 feet
Mhm.
on both sides.
Right, oh, okay.
So on an intermittent stream, you count both banks. Years ago, when we were on the board, it was in an intermittent, you only counted the center. They did change the law.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's 37.
Oh,
So
all right.
each bank.
Just wondering why it was
Yeah.
huge, okay.
Again, if you haven't been around, it was intermittent, one bank down the center that had changed, whether it be 10, 12 years, a few years ago.
All right, just, so this, you're not changing the course of the stream, it's,
Not at all.
Okay.
No. It's following the exact same path. The land of the water body will be in the same place. It's a bottomless, it's called, it came from USGS originally, and then DEP adopted stream crossing standards. And that's what's required now when we have an intermittent stream or a perennial stream.
right, okay. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good seeing you. Thanks.
Okay, and does the board have any questions? Go ahead, Ms. Jewell.
You know what it was that Rich pointed out, that material,
What?
that foreign material?
Could you,
Yeah, that might be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The foreign material you pointed out, that white stuff, do you know what that
Was
is?
it plaster maybe? What was the white material?
I don't know where that came from.
But it's on your property.
I know, but seriously, I don't know.
Okay, I just
The only
wanted-
thing, I did have plastering done, so I'm assuming they dumped it there without telling me, unfortunately. But as soon as I seen it on the picture, I'm like, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, well, it's going to be right where the proposed house is, so
yeah.
Okay,
And I
just
think,
wondering-
I
just
mean,
wondering.
I think the only thing we would ask as a commission is, after you set up your erosion controls, you do some of this cleanup,
Yeah, no,
prior to,
I understand, I just,
cool.
I
Awesome.
I did not know that
Yeah.
happened.
10-4.
We knew that when we got all that brush and everything else, that was already, that's
Dumped.
where they just obviously put everything. But as far as the plaster, no, I'm just assuming the plasters took it upon themselves.
Can I, through the chair, one more thing.
Go ahead,
Can I thank Bruce and Wendy for all they do for the state beach? Thank you, for a public comment. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Go ahead, Rich.
Go on.
Glenn, so my question is what is going out from the road into the stream? What's going to happen in this area outside of the replication area? Is that going to be just grassed
The replication or the access way? to the
outside of
replication?
the replication area?
We're gonna, we'll remove the exotic invasive, which is thick, the Oriental bittersweet multiflora rose. I had to go through it. We'll remove it just for a 10-foot wide access in to dig this out with a smaller mini excavator. The cut is only a foot and it'll be about 2 feet. So we're about a foot and a half above the water elevation. And we have to dig down one additional foot, then back to with organic to the elevation of the existing adjacent wetland. So it's about a 2-foot cut in 92 to 2.5 in that 9, let's say in 100 square feet, we'll just round it. And so any alteration, I can say that there's a possibility, and if the commission so requests, that we would plant the access way once we go in. It would only involve probably 5 or 6 something out of New England wetland plants. It's about $50, $60.
Yeah.
So New England wetland plants would be highbush, blueberry, and winterberry. It's the common stuff over there. There's some spice bush in there too. So it'd be a few bushes if we were to plant the access way. We have to I don't have to do it. I will have to apologize because on the plan, it might have been clear if there was just a 10-foot wide access way showing on the plan. Because normally when we're doing with existing grade, on anything we're doing on lake, we show the access way. There's no access way shown on this. So everybody, we should always make sure that we show an access way.
Okay.
And then we could describe the replanting of that access way. We see this at 100 feet. This is a 4-hour job, if that. It's a half a day. This is not a deep cut. The organic material will be available. It's organic, so 100 times 1 foot. We'll salvage whatever organic that might be in there. It's somewhat lower. We might have 4 or 5. If it's salvageable, we do that. If I get the job. Let me say this, that because these clients are looking to relieve themselves of a lot, if people, that whoever buys it keeps me on board, which can happen, happens quite often, then I'll be overseeing it. If they decide to hire somebody else, it's gonna be someone else. I pride myself in replication. I'm always there. And we've been doing it for so long that we normally oversee them all because we believe we're proficient at it. But I think if there was anything additional, it would be showing that access way and planting on it. And that can be easily accomplished if the commission so desired to. If there's, and whatever other questions Mr. Parent might have.
Okay, so I do have more questions. So you're saying that the access way, can you see my pointer, Glenn, is in this area here? Is that what you're saying? Because we're definitely going to need
Where?
here.
No, not even.
It's over here.
The green thing.
To the green.
The axis is the replicate, the green is the replication, 196 square feet.
Okay,
And do
We
you,
go directly in, dig it, fill it, plant it, we'd be out. Actually, we dig it, put the soil in, and then we're back out. We could walk in and we plant by hand. So it is directly adjacent to the driveway. There might even be the path of least resistance to the replication area without taking any plants out on the upland to get there. That's the path which generally is straight in, but it is.
from that driveway, you're saying, you're coming in?
Straight in from the roadway.
Oh, coming in from the road.
Straight in
Okay,
from the roadway.
okay.
But I want to be clear through the chair, please, that if we're in here doing the culvert and there's no obstruction from just getting
You just-
directly over, just move the machine directly over 10, 15 feet, and we're in the replication.
Yeah.
So, because you have a tree line on the plan, you can see that the forest actually comes close, well, as everybody knows, the roadway is wider than what's paved. So there is a scalloped line there. This plan is the plan is probably Rich might have a 20 scale most of the time. It's a 10 scale. So this might look big, but it's a 1 inch equals 10 feet. So generally, the town owns about 7 or 8 feet of forest. And then we're going in, if that's, let's just call it an inch, we're going in 10, 12 feet from the property line to get to the replication. If indeed this is 2 inches, which it is about, we're actually going through 10, 20 feet from the forest edge to get to the replication.
So I guess
Is that-
if we
I
could do a
believe that's
special
about-
condition, we just say replace, depending on which way they come in, replace vegetation with
yeah,
native.
I think you misunderstood my question. It's actually east of the replication area, this entire area over here. I'm curious as to the disturbance that's going to go on here.
None.
Perfect. That's all I want. That's what I want to do.
Now, the erosion control barrier is the limit of disturbance. So across the brook, you see that dark black dash.
Okay.
And then at the replication area, that's protecting the resource area directly beyond it, which we call north.
Okay.
And so there's no disturbance in that whole quadrant.
Got it. Okay. Thank you for making that clear.
I think there's a tire I pulled out. There is a tire I pulled out in the brook. And so something like that, if the people, if I'm there, we're gonna take it out.
Okay.
It's on the bank. I actually was in the brook. I took it out and put it on the bank so that it would be there and not go anywhere. It's on the other part. Right.
Material, are you stockpiling any of this, or are you just taking out whatever you pull out? I mean, you're going to reuse some of the organic for the replication and, you know,
Along the bank where the crossing is, it's 2 narrow strips that is actually BBW. In the larger replication areas, there's some scraping, cleanup bucket. This is scant in there.
so whatever comes out is going to be leaving, and whatever's going in is coming out.
out. This is no stockpile. The truck
Thanks,
backs
Glenn.
up behind the machine.
Yep.
The machine fills the truck. The area is first cut. It's a pretty cut and dry as to where it is. We look at wetlands like 15A, 14A, and 16A. And that's the erosion control barrier right on, doing a big one up here in North Oxford right now. same thing. We butt right up against the existing flags. The replication area goes up against the existing wetland. And if the material goes, if there happen to be something worth saving, we would save it, but, because I don't waste organic soil, but if it's thin, sometimes it's tough. The roots come out of whatever push it. If there's even a wetland plant or two in there, as you know, 50% wetland plants, 50% upland, that's the boundary. But so you might have a winterberry sitting in there, and it's still not, we check soils all through here. He should have soils on this plan. Tom Fit, yeah, there's one across the way. There's one right adjacent to the replication area with no R or E. That's just that's a bright, that 3-2, which tells you, if you want to know, a wetland or topsoil is normally 2-1, very black or dark, because the iron's been reduced and carried away. If you have an upland topsoil, it's chestnut colored or lighter because the iron's still in there, and that's a 3-2. So topsoil, it's called very dark under hydric soils of New England. So that's why, again, in your wetland, black topsoil, low chroma, subsoil, being horizon. I just made a point here that this is very bright. It's
Thank you, Glenn. Any other questions from the board?
I just had a couple questions. Is it a
Okay.
full foundation under the house?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
And what are your plans for the drainage runoff from the roof? Are you gonna have gutters or?
yeah, right. Are you talking about the existing or the
No, the
new-
proposed.
proposed?
The
Yes.
proposed, right? So it's not gonna run off into the wetland? You're gonna have?
Well, into the river.
No. It absorbs in the ground. This bank gravel is coarse. And you're right, this new engineer, we did not put under the test pit in the back. There's a Coltech unit, I'll answer that. We did test pits specifically. The client, even though the client was not aware, and under the state law, this would not require, because it's only a 1-lot subdivision, it requires 5 or greater unless it's a vernal pool or critical area, drinking water supply, beach, or cold water fishery, which none of these here. We do have Coltech unit here behind the house with gutters going into it. That's what this is about. That's why you did the test hole.
Oh, okay.
That's what the
Do-
test hole
do
was
you-
all about. We
do you
sent
see that?
Jeff Dalgevich.
You see
I
the
see
Coltech?
it, yeah, I didn't see, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the back left corner of the house. Two linear Coltech
This
units.
is test.
And that was all for, because I knew the question would come up, and I know that this town always is asking for infiltration. It's a simple thing with this kind of soil. And
Pam.
so they spent money that they didn't realize
That was
they
their
were
test
gonna.
pit.
That was
That
the
was their
test
test
pit.
pit. Yeah.
They didn't realize they were gonna have to spend both for the engineer to come out and for the digger. And I know that's not yours, but they found out when I'm going, we're ready to wrap this up, and I'm going, Caltech.
Yeah.
And so we did the test holes, and there it is. So we are infiltrating.
Thank you. Perfect.
And I didn't see a spill kit on there.
Yeah.
Again, new engineers, spill
Spill
kit,
kit,
and
porta potty,
porta potty.
dumpster if needed.
How about a track pad?
A 20-foot long track pad at the road. Thank you, Rich.
And is the driveway gonna be made of tar or?
It would be asphalt. It'd be, when we cross a brook like this, if we don't asphalt the whole thing, we asphalt generally 25 to 30 feet on either side of the crossing of any brook, so that you're not plowing dirt into the brook. So that would be what I say, and that would be, but it would be asphalt.
Right.
We would asphalt. The existing driveway is asphalt, not that that means everything, but yeah. Stable driveway.
Also, Glenn, the driveway isn't on these plans either.
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah, what?
The driveway itself, the asphalt.
Actual driveways, not plans.
The erosion control barrier would be the limit of our work, as we might know on each right or left. Again, I think he's most usually building industrial parks or something with trim and fiber.
Well, is he paving up to that retaining wall?
There's no two sides. There's no two sides of the driveway. Did you pick that up? Yes, there is. There it is right here. It is, yes, it is. Look at the roadway. And you see those two curves coming off the road. Follow those lines
Yeah.
straight in. That is the edge of the driveway.
Yep, they're there.
It ends
So
up,
it's the
the
retaining wall.
line becomes part of that erosion control barrier on the left, but at the road it shows it distinctly. Those two arcs coming in like this.
I see.
Come up and show you.
So that 20,
It's hard, I agree one thing, it's hard to discern, but.
It actually
He
curves
comes
in and
up,
it ties
actually
into that
comes up
retaining
and
wall.
heads straight in, there's the other edge.
you want to show us right there? Yeah.
Zoom.
So this would be it here, and this is it here, and it comes up, and it goes over, and it comes up. And this
Okay.
one comes in, she comes all the way up.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, I understand now.
I see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
Colin?
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve
Any conditions?
22, AKA 20 Lakeside Ave with special conditions of,
All the ones discussed so far, which is
let's list them.
the trackpad, the spill kit, porta potty,
So trackpad, spill kit, porta potty, replacement of vegetation if you do choose to go in that way, which we'll put in there.
Appreciate that.
Removal of debris.
And removal of debris before start a project after erosion control.
Should, since the house is going to be sold and it'll be a new person, should we put signs along the edge of
that's a
the,
really good idea.
because, you know, they don't know all this. When they buy it, they're just
Yeah.
going to be a new
Yeah, so
person.
we have signs, placards that we'll give you, but basically make sure that that you put them there in perpetuity, that they stay there. So that the person who buys the home and any future owner understands that that's a wetland area.
Yeah.
And so to avoid things like fertilizing or cutting, that sort of thing.
So we'd probably put some in that area, sir, just identifying the wetland.
On the house side, imagine, because that's where the rest would be wooded when we're done. I imagine they're gonna go along in front of the house, along the wetland or or along the erosion control barrier, and then come down to the roadway. Or at a
What-
minimum along the, paralleling the house.
We're just talking little placards,
You're
right?
talking about the old, you're talking where the old house is separated from the new.
No.
Somewhere in that wetland area.
They're
On the
talking
border.
about making sure these people know not to fill this in.
Right.
The monuments-
Oh, for the, oh, okay, I see.
Because
I thought-
whoever buys the house might choose to dump all their junk in the wetland area, like all that junk is there now.
Right.
Most
Okay.
towns do it.
Mhm.
Most of everybody.
And Rich, we provide those placards establishing wetlands to you. We just, it'll be written in that they stay in perpetuity of the
I
project.
propose 3 signs and you can decide where those go and how they're placed.
And you'll give us a mark on the plan or at some point.
I'll let you
tell us.
decide.
Thank you, so
Yeah.
that we put them where you want them, the 3.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, so let's restart this motion here. I need a motion to approve 20/22 Lakeside Ave, Lot 2, with special conditions of adding the porta potty, adding the dumpster, replacement of vegetation if removed to access the replacement area.
Porta potty spill kit, I think you.
And spill kit. So I need a motion?
Yeah, what he said, yeah. I motion to
Okay.
approve,
First by Ms. Jewell,
yes.
Second.
second by Mr. Avery. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commission, thank you, Richard.
Okay. Moving on, we have 270 Kildare Road. Is anyone here for that? Okay. And are you, did you guys want to come up, or Glenn, or up to you guys? And Pam, if you could just read this in?
Yeah,
In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40 as amended, the Wetlands Protection Act and local wetland bylaw, a public hearing will be held on a request to amend Order of Conditions, DEP number 323-1257, filed by Wayne Hay, owner, and Glenn Pravosky, EBT Environmental Consultants, representative for property located at 270 Kildare Road in Webster, Mass. Assessor ID 58-A-33-0. The proposed amendment includes the expansion of the proposed single-family house footprint from 366 square feet and an after-the-fact approval for an upper retaining wall, stone staircase, and paver patio area adjacent to Webster Lake. The public hearing will be held in the Board of Selectmen Meeting Room, second floor, Webster Town Hall, 350 Main Street, Webster, Mass. On August 17th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Any person interested in this application or wishing to be heard should appear at the designated time and place. For the Webster Conservation Commission, Richard Parent, Conservation Agent.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon. Rich, go ahead and take us through this.
Sure. So this is, just to point out, the obvious, that this is an amendment to a previous order, which was initially signed on November 28th, 2023. So just to let you know that it expires in November 26.
No.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry, again, I don't want to say that now.
Is there an
I can say
extension?
that there's 2 additional years.
Okay, I hadn't looked into that. I just,
We weren't sure when that
Well,
extension
let me
went
say
in.
this,
I will look into
because I
that.
don't want to be wrong, but it's January of 23 to January of 25. So anything existing between January
1
23
year.
and January of 25. And your date that you just stated was 23, something 23.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we would look, so it's an added year then.
Added
So
year.
there's 2 more years on top.
Okay,
That was that Governor Healy.
The second one.
legislature,
Yeah,
2 year.
okay.
Okay, we just didn't know if we needed to extend it tonight, and we'd
Just-
rather
Just to
take
make
care of
it,
it.
it's those dates, 123, 125.
okay.
Anything existing, then 2 years.
Is that enough time to, because that would give you a year and a few months?
Yes,
Okay.
and I'll answer any.
Great.
Mr.
Okay.
Rich
Okay.
has what-
So I did get out there on the site. I didn't find a way to actually easily take pictures on this site, so I chose not to take any. I thought the plan here was probably what the commission would need in order to evaluate this addendum, so.
Thank you, Ken. The reason why we're here, when the Hayes, Mr. and Mrs. Hay, were originally looking at this, they didn't know, they said, we want a house, we want to do this work on the lake, the wall. But they weren't prepared with their architect. So after a year or two, whatever it's been, a year and a half, a couple of years, they're working with their architects. So we put a spec house, anything on the plan, just to say that we might be able to come back with an amendment. Instead of leaving the house totally off and then have to come back in with a full notice of intent, we specifically put a spec house. And we are below the 40% impervious. Realize we're close, but this spec house is what they were looking at, but just didn't have a design for it at the time of us filing. And I'll leave the house just for a moment, because the project description does go into some revision to the lake wall. Let me say that, of course you didn't let me say, I guess, unless I was swearing or something. But let me say that the wall on the lake, that's an as-built. The problem, and we will be clear on it, it's a change. There was the landscaper or the person building the wall. The Hayes weren't clear on, and this is not anything bad against the Hayes, but they weren't aware of the difficulty of the plan, that you don't change the plan at the water. So what ended up happening, the landscaper built this wall, built another wall. And then when we realized it was not meeting the requirement of the order of conditions, existing grades went back out and surveyed the exact position of the proposed wall, which is where the old wall was. In the face of this new wall on the lake is precisely where the face of the proposed wall was on the original plan. So our job was to make sure that the new contractor who built this newer one, we were still under an order of condition, so we didn't see that we were in violation of anything. We just had to bring that wall, make sure it did not fill floodplain, which did not fill land on the water body. It was a wall there before, and did not change bank. So if we look at the original plan, this face, there'll be another as-built when the house is done, if you permit it, that the face is exactly where the proposed, where the pre-existing wall was, the wall that was not correct, because they didn't build it to the specs of this. And now this is the new wall. This is the wall that mimics. It is lower in elevation. We did keep it out of the floodplain. The one thing I told the client, they're gonna go a little bit lower, that if they went any lower into the floodplain, you see the steps are in the floodplain. But the rest of the wall is outside that 480. We kept it that way to make sure that anybody buying this down the road already wouldn't be losing land. If that went a little bit lower, it would have been on the 480. And then permanently, that would have been a 480, you're in the floodplain, you're not gonna be able to touch it. So we shot the wall that was just built previous to what you're seeing here, marked it, the landscaper guy came in, or stone wall guy, built the plan to, again, I said this twice, to the face of the proposed, pre-existing wall, and the wall that we had proposed. And that's why it says in our project description that there is an after the fact, proposed layout existing, no alteration, but I took. Additionally, the lakeside retaining wall has been constructed. The wall has been surveyed and is located in the position permitted as it relates to the shoreline with no alteration to borderlands of the flooding. The applicant requested an after the fact amendment to allow an upper wall staircase and patio. That upper part of the wall, which is out of the lake and out of the floodplain, that's also a change from what we had before. That's why we're putting it in the notice of intent, because when we do the as-built at the end, the full as-built when this is done, you could say, there's actually a clause in the regulation, any change on the plan, and this is just what's called out at Dobos with Turner. Any change in the plan has to be told in writing to the commission. You can't do it verbally like it used to be in old days. So here we put in the after the fact change so that the commission does know about it. And then when we actually see it on the final as-built, you won't be going, how did that happen? Where is that? That's not exactly what we permitted. Even though it's no alteration to the resource area more than, or no alteration to the resource area, it is a change, so we brought it up. That's the change at the water, and then you have the house. This is Zach West, we do have the spill kit, we do have the porta potty. We did the same day, I think it was the same day, we did the test holes at the one we just closed, you just closed. We did the test holes here to ensure we're infiltrating this entire roof system, and thank you for that. And those calculations are, will be on page 2 for, let's see, the calculation. Just getting to Mr. Bless's, normally he's going to tell you. Yeah, impervious calculations and how much is infiltrating, and it's on the
Top left.
upper left, in that area. So there it will go into, this was designed, which is better than it has to be, it's 1 inch and 24, I think I bring this up quite often. We normally put it, if it was a state wetland, stormwater regulation that we're abiding by, it would be a 1/2 inch in 24 hours. We're doing 1 inch in 24 hours of infiltration, and this is the same coarse gravel. Again, critical areas are the ones that require 1. This is not a critical area.
Does that really say 39.9?
Huh?
39.9, just under
I
40%.
picked that up.
Just under 40%.
Just, yeah. That Zach, he really cuts it tight.
Yep, okay. I mean, do you think, would it, to make it a little better? We don't, it's
Impervious
listed as impervious in the driveway, proposed impervious area driveway. So that would get you,
I missed some of what you were saying, sir. What was that again?
the driveway is impervious. It's not patio, it's not pavers.
Oh, I was talking about.
Oh,
on the lake.
down there, okay.
On the lake.
Yep. So is that
This, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
29.9. Couldn't get any closer.
Yeah.
Well, then it would be a special permit.
Can you talk a little bit about the trees going on? I see there's, looks like 3 tree removal, but I see a lot more red trees.
Five. One,
Five,
two,
five
three,
trees.
four, and then one down at the corner.
Oh, okay, the 3 refers to the group, but the
Yeah, the one way down.
3,
So a 12-inch oak on the, if you're standing on the lot facing the road,
5.
or standing on the road facing in, on the front right. there's
Yeah,
that
more down.
12-inch oak.
And it's not an oak. It's a,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that one, but it's not an oak. It's a,
So I see proposed planting there. Is there any additional planting? Or is just these 2 proposed plants to replace our 3, what,
you've
4?
got 'em up there.
Oh, you got them up at the top. Okay. Now, are those trees or are those just plants? Do we have a planting plan or?
The planting, though, 5 total bushes, trees proposed for removal. It's in the right-hand side of the Coltech design. Common winterberry, northern bayberry, high bush blueberry, native high bush blueberry, yes. So there was 3 species, 5, and they were bushes. The commission, most of the trees, as you can see, are up against the road. 100-foot lake offset, those were actually outside the buffer zone. Those were outside the buffer zone.
Yes, they're outside the buffer zone, but, I mean, is there any, would you take some consideration to add additional bushes to,
They're asking.
Yeah,
could we,
What we're gonna plant?
just additional? Right now, you're showing 1 for 1, and it's like a big
I
tree
think-
to a little
I
bush.
think I'll probably do it all. Yeah, I like a lot of bushes and trees.
So can we at least get a commitment for an additional 2, 3?
If I could, you might.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we, if you choose to, I'm not telling you, but they're asking, if you choose, you could give a number of how much additional bushes or saplings you want, 4 or 5. Can you commit to something like that?
Oh, if we do,
Yeah.
we take down 5 trees, we'll probably put that at.
Right now, you're showing 5 for 5. Right now, you're 5 for 5.
You know, but it's gonna be plantings and not tall trees.
Mhm.
Well, they will grow tall.
They will grow.
There's only, there's actually
Yeah.
1 tree in the buffer zone going down.
1, 2.
That 24-inch oak is still there, up near the, going towards the beach. And that larger oak, which is actually encroaching onto the house, the 24-inch oak,
Oh, yeah.
just inside, probably 80 feet away from the,
No, it's a small lot. I mean, I just trying to see if you could put in a couple more plantings on that border, or, I mean, I like that you put it down towards the lake.
Yeah.
They're asking 4 or 5 more bushes.
Bushes that will eventually grow into some height that will create
Yeah.
more of a positive landscape area rather than just everything just cut down and dug up and looking like a mess.
Mhm. So what I'm asking is, can we, right now you're showing 5. Can I have Glenn mark an additional 4 plantings on this drawing?
You think we,
How many total?
4
9.
more.
4
9,
more?
That's what you're saying, yes, that's what he's asking.
2 more. I'm asking for a commitment of just, maybe another, I mean, right now you got those bushes pretty spread out on that property line. I don't know what type bushes or blueberries, put maybe 1 in the middle of them,
Yeah,
2.
we'll think
more?
about, well, I have a garden, a vegetable garden, so that's
Okay.
gonna get in, I got it there now, we have to move it, because it's like in the corner of the house, but yeah, so.
Rich, do you have any real pictures?
I would think that.
Do you have like
potentially
an
use a
actual
bush.
picture, a site picture?
It's just, I don't know how much,
That's a real
it's a very small lot, I don't know how many we can plant.
I think Glenn knows what I'm trying to say. Just-
I added in 4 more up against the property line. If they accept, I'm not telling them what to do, but on the southern side of the property line, you have 2 between the proposed lawn on the similar spacing on the other side of the 12.14 going towards the lake. There could be a couple more in there, but then up on the upper lot where you're losing the 24-inch next to the 100-foot lake offset, potentially, because they know their land lot better than I do, there could be one near the property line and another one halfway in between that one and the next push down, which is directly under 17.84.
Yeah.
So it's like this, Wade.
Yeah.
I'd like more in the front.
Then,
We're not telling you where to put them. I'm just asking for just an additional.
okay, we'll commit to 4 more.
Okay. Is that acceptable for the board? Great. Ms. Sharon, Ms. Jewel, Mr. Avery, any questions?
Just my own confusion.
Yes.
So there's currently a house that's 360 square feet?
No.
And you're gonna add on to make it one, no?
Thank you. The original cottage I might call out.
The
It's-
cottage has been there probably 50 years plus,
It
you know.
it isn't actually showing, it's the gray line. Can
Yeah,
I-
it did show.
It does. Can I,
So that's what's there now?
Yeah,
This is what's there now, right here, this thing. Where is it? It's this is was the proposed, just to hold the space for a house. It's here, it extends down here, it goes like this, I'm not sure.
no,
And then it goes back up.
What is it, like 20 by 20?
no, that is the
Roughly.
house right there.
Right here.
Because he made the shed there and the house there. That's it, you just had the point, that's the house.
Yeah.
That was a
That's the
camp.
house.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
the shed.
camp, it's not a house, I don't call it a house.
So there's a structure currently there that
Yeah,
you're gonna remove
remove?
and build a whole new home?
yeah.
Correct.
I think the last time we were here, we got permission to tear it down.
I'm just trying to wrap my head
I
around
thought we did.
what this is.
I'm not saying you did it, but I'm actually, could I say one more time, please? There's an existing house. We proposed the house. The proposed house was just a placeholder for the future house, so we could do an amendment. They know their property better than I, but I believe these little offshoots to the lower part of those lighter lines is part of the existing home. Then existing grades drop the house on 340, just to amend.
Rich, could you just possibly do another page and just pull up 270 Kildare, just to do the road side so you can see this? Because it's a pretty clear view of what the existing is, so Pam can kind of see it. Or do you want me to just give her this?
Mm-hmm.
Is
You
that
had a
Google?
picture, he had a picture.
It's
of
just,
it.
yeah, Google. Yeah, if you type in 270 Kildare and then,
In the old picture.
and click the map. And then click the bottom, change it from the drive to, yeah, try that. Can you like put the clicker on the road?
Should give you this plan back.
Okay.
That's weird.
That's because it's not Google.
It didn't get rid. That's the house.
Okay.
So this, it's such a triangle lot.
Oh, I
It's not, like the trailer is parked on,
I'm gonna give you this plan back.
No, never got
so this is
built.
coming up.
No, we still got.
Coming up
Okay.
Kildare. This trailer
Little
is
18 by
parked
20
right on that
camp.
wall.
Yeah.
And then
But this is
just
what Fox
past
is.
it.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
Little tiny house.
Okay. Oh, it is
Uh, there's a porta potty.
86, that's my father's land.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
But it's the
Okay.
same.
Thank you.
Yeah, same property.
Well, that
See,
was.
it's showing.
Sorry about that.
You drive by it every day, right?
Yeah. It's not a shed. That actually is the house.
Right.
That house was there, this right here, around was there. My father put that on because he was wheelchair bound.
Yeah, if I could, this is an 86 plan, it's in my year. The father built an addition onto the pre-existing home. That's the home, the father added that on. and he put a new septic. This was septic before sewage. So there's the.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
I'll still make the point that whatever, if there's not, that isn't a ghost. Because I normally I call an old house a ghost, and then you put something on top of it. That's what I see.
That's what you think it
We
is?
had a ghost.
Well, I just know we have to move it over 3 feet.
That's so close to the property line, we're gonna move it 3 feet that way.
Move it that way.
Yeah, the new house.
The new house? Okay.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to keep the front of it where it is.
Oh, there you go, right there. If you're looking at that, the darker gray, the 10 feet, well, it's 10 foot
Yeah,
setback. So there's a 10 foot
10.48.
setback, and that's why they're talking about moving it over, because it wouldn't meet building setback, the old house with the new one. So they had to move the house
That way.
down.
Yeah, that way. And then it's gonna go.
So that's it. It's been a couple of years. I had thought that existing grade showed a different house for the new one, but it might have been just saying that we're proposing the house, and it wasn't really a change on the plan. The logical thing would have been show the existing house, show the proposed house, then swap out the proposed house for this.
And it's 1590 square feet, the new house.
1590, is that what you said?
Yeah, 1590, so, you know, it's not that much bigger, but we just wanted a small house.
Okay.
I won't ask you.
Any additional questions from the board?
I'm good.
Okay, and our special, open and need a motion to close public comments?
I'll make a motion to close public comments.
First by Ms. Sharon. Second by Ms. Avery. Mr. Avery. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes 4-0. I am looking for a motion to approve 270 Killdeer Road with the changes to the wall. I mean, that should be noted in there that the wall we're approving the wall change. So it's at least noted in there. You're,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There could be something in Rich and the agent, of course, that it just that the asphalt at the end is going to show everything that's shown on this plan.
Yeah.
But that is clearly an asphalt now, because we had to show it correctly on what we finally brought it back to make it in conformance. We could say that the original wall that the kid did, the other guy built, was wrong, was off like whether it was a foot and a half or something. When I saw it, I kind of walked away from the project. I never worked with it. Didn't know that he was supposed to follow the plans.
Yeah.
The Hayes weren't that aware of it, and then that's why it took us almost a year to get back to, because there was a whole revision. It was actually a builder in town that once he found out that there was this problem, and knowing that we couldn't get a certificate for what was there after it was built, we kind of backed off, and eventually the Hayes came back. We worked with existing grades. We had a mark score where the wall had to be, and then we brought everything back. Then it was an asphalt to make sure that we were conformance.
Thank you.
So this took a little bit longer because of that error, but we rectified the error.
Okay, so special conditions, the 4 additional bushes or native, whatever
Yeah,
they choose to
I
plant?
have 9
9
total
total.
trees.
Okay.
I think I would also recommend that we get another drawing here, because it sounds like there are some inaccuracies in the size of the building. So I would suggest that.
I have the plans in the car.
Yeah, that's fine. I just,
And updated.
No, that's the only.
Because that says
the one we sent you.
1356, and she said 1590.
so we can just condition the fact that we get updated plans.
And do you put
Well, it's
the
gonna go
new
15.
as-built,
You
the
wrote 30.
new as-built in the
No,
conditioning?
you wrote
No, that would be,
Somebody did.
I will make sure that I will look back at the old one. Thank you, that's a good idea.
1590.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Because we
As-built,
want to make sure we get the new
an
one.
engineered as-built would be required.
300, 400, yeah, so it's 150 feet more.
Fine line. Which is, I think that probably
It is standard, but I'll make
in
sure.
the- Yeah, make sure it's there.
It
Okay.
predates me, so.
But it does say plus or minus.
All right, so with these special conditions, looking for a motion to approve the project with these special conditions?
Sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
the garage is part of that footage?
Yeah, the garage is going over there, just a one car.
It's attached though, right?
Yes.
So that's part of that footage that you're talking about?
Yeah, one car garage attached.
Okay.
And we wanted a first 4-bedroom.
Is it a multi-level?
Yeah, it's
So
just
that's
two
how you get
bedrooms
so much
upstairs.
room.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a lot of room on that little spot, but if you're going up, I get it, okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Good.
Sometimes my brain's slow, so. I'm good now.
Okay. Well, would you like to give me a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve 270 Kildare Road with amended order of conditions.
First by Ms. Sharon,
I'll second that.
second by Mr. Avery. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, guys.
Okay, so now we can start building?
Thank you for all your time.
Thank you.
All your time.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Glad you're getting the house built finally.
I know.
So,
Well, we got it
yeah.
all lined up.
Great. Well, if you need anything, I'm down at 300, so.
So what do we do next? Do you have to?
So I,
Rich will be in touch with you.
in about a week, I'll generate an order of conditions for you, which you'll need to bring up, sign, and then bring it up to the Registry of Deeds. And then you bring me back a copy of that. A stamp. So what they do is they take these conditions, they put it on to, they add it to your registration, your home registration. And you'll bring that back to me that it's been changed.
You may have already did it for the first half of the project.
I'll give you instructions. Yeah.
No problem. Okay, so draft meeting minutes, we had a little mishap in August 3rd, did not get put in, so we only have meeting minutes from July 6th. Did everyone have a chance to review them? Okay, did anyone have any changes?
I just noticed that in one of the sections, there was some weird spacing.
Oh,
Yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that.
But other than that, it's fine.
Fix weird spacing.
when I read it at first, I thought, oh, we didn't vote on that, but then it was just like a couple spaces down, but
Yep.
the information is correct.
That's correct. Okay. So I need a motion to approve the July 6, 26 meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the July 6 meeting minutes.
First by Ms. Sharon,
Who seconded it?
second by Ms. Jewell. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes 4-0. And 12 Cooper.
Wait a minute, we need to continue August 3rd.
What's that?
We need to continue it.
Do we need to continue?
Yeah, because we didn't vote on it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So Rich is still dealing with 12 Cooper Road and
No, so just so you know, what I did was I put the wrong thing in, the wrong file in there. That's what I did. It's available. I have it. So it'll be there for next time.
where did, oh, we need to vote to move that. Okay.
Right.
I need a motion to move voting on the meeting minutes of August 3rd to next meeting, August 31st.
Correct.
I wasn't listening because my brain was someplace else. I didn't
Wait.
read the public hearing for 106 Lakeside.
You did? You did?
I did?
I think so.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
did.
I kept putting them over here after you read them.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
just check it.
So-
So sorry.
So we need a motion to move approving August 3rd meeting minutes to August 31st.
I'll make a motion to move the meeting minutes from August 3rd to August 31st.
First by Mr. Avery,
Second.
second by Ms. Sharon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 12 Cooper Road, we're still evaluating. It may not turn into an enforcement order. We're trying to, the homeowner is cooperating with Rich, and at this point, we don't want to stir the pot per se, if that makes sense. They're handling it appropriately. So
we can, we're gonna motion to continue that to also to August 31st.
I'll make a motion to continue 12 Cooper Road enforcement order to August 31st.
First by Ms. Sharon,
Second.
second by Mr. Avery. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Staff updates. Just a kind of an announcement. I asked Rich to, when he does the staff update, I mean, when he does the action items as far as like tree removals and things like that, that he just puts after it, like why, like whether it was dead or deceased or
Yeah.
something, just for us to like know whether or not that, you know, why we're approving this tree to come down per se.
That's
So-
helpful.
I asked for that to happen, so you should see that. And also just to kind of state if it's a 1-for-1 or a 1-for-2, that way there, we don't have any questions as a board. We kind of see it per se, and, you know, the agent's doing his due diligence. I mean, he is getting 1-for-1 typically, but at least if we have it in writing and, yeah. Any additional staff updates, Rich?
Yes, so today, this doesn't have to be on the agenda because it's just a staff update. But the 68 Lakes, so these two came in today. 68 Lakeside, there's a single tree. It's a very heavily forested, particularly in that region. It's just one diseased tree. There's a picture of that online. You can take a look at that. Additionally, at One Wakefield, there are 4 trees, one of which is completely dead, very large beech tree suffering from leaf curl. And then there are 3 trees which are being under that stream that we've been talking about today. So One Wakefield is about 2 houses down from that. It's the same stream, but they actually are on the lake, but the stream runs through their property. And there's one tree that's completely being undermined, and it's about by the stream, some of the erosion that's occurred. So that needs to go. And then there's 2 that are heavily leading towards their house. So those 2 need to look. But that entire corridor is heavily treed already. And on top of that, they just planted 3 other trees, 2 rows of Sharons and another tree already. So, because I always ask about 1-to-1, and they say, oh, we just recently planted these, do they count? I said, sure.
Yes, those are very pretty.
All right. Any additional anything anyone has? And if not, you know what time it is.
Thank you for putting the links in.
Everything
Yes.
worked, everybody's
That-
getting everything in.
That
Thank
was
you.
so helpful to just click on that, so I appreciate
Okay.
that very much, yeah.
No problem.
Awesome. Great. Well, I need a motion to end the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second?
First by Mr. Avery, second by Ms. Sharon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is ended at 7:20.